Water element sadhana. We'll start by lying down on our mats. So finding a comfortable position and turning your palms to face upwards to the sky, opening your heart. With all the change that we are experiencing in the world presently, being able to flow through the changes of life freely is an ability we can practice, and we can do this on our yoga mat. Our sankalpa, or our intention today, could therefore be to move like water in our practice in order to be able to go with the flow through life. Our mantra could be, I am willing to let go and be open to receive new experiences. The focus of this practice could be on the second chakra, Svadhisthana, or sweetness, the water element which is associated with the colour orange, movement, sensation, creativity, and when balanced, pleasure. Working with this chakra can help us release our unwanted emotions and let go of anything that isn't serving us. Our inspiration for today's class is Apari-graha. In Hinduism and yoga philosophy, this is the virtue of non-possessiveness or non-grasping, and encourages the student or yogi to let go of what is not needed. This wisdom from Patanjali, the master of yoga, is ancient and was recorded over 2,000 years ago in India. The yamas are the first of the 8 limbs of yoga and are universal ethical values in the yogic tradition that can be thought of as moral virtues. However old these principles, we can still find them relevant in our modern day lives. So resting your awareness now with your breath, and you can place your hands to your lower abdomen or sacral plexus and imagine an orange pebble there. Imagine dropping your pebble into a still, calm lake and watch as the water slowly ripples outwards like your breath. Gently take a deep breath in and release out. And when you're ready, roll over to your right-hand side, coming up slowly onto all fours. Bring your big toes together, knees wider than your hips, and sink back bottom to your heels into child's pose, Balasana. This is a lovely resting pose, and if at any time in your practice you need to take a break, just come into your wide child's pose. This pose can help relieve stress and fatigue too. Arms can be by your side, or to extend in this pose, bring your hands in front of you, lengthening through the spine, and press down firmly through your finger pads. Forearm bones are engaged and energized. With me, inhaling, rising and rounding through your spine into cat pose, Majariasana. Exhaling, bringing your thighs, pubis and brow center to the earth. Hands by your side, elbows aligned with your waistline. Inhaling, lift your heart into Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Broaden the collarbones and engage the navel to support the lower back. Gaze upwards. Exhale, back into child's pose. Inhaling, rising and rounding. Exhale to the earth, elbows to the waistline. Inhale, lift, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, back to child's pose, Balasana. Inhale, arc through your spine, tuck your toes, and come up into plank pose, Kumbhakasana. Exhale back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. When you're ready, step the right foot through between the hands, left foot through, and rising into standing mountain pose, Tadasana. Hands to the heart, and take a breath here for a moment. Feet together and parallel, a little wider apart if you have lower back or knee stiffness. Rock forward gently over the toes and backwards over the heels, coming to rest in a place where you feel absolutely balanced. Spreading the weight of the body evenly across your feet, heels to toes. Spread the big toes away from the little toes. And root through the earth like a tall mountain. Breathe your ribs down, shoulders down, and gaze forwards, growing tall through the spine. Svadhisthana, bringing your arms up to the sky, palms together in prayer position, Anjali Mudra. And we're going to side stretch to the right and look up to the left. Slowly inhale and exhale to the other side. Bend over to the left and gaze up to the right. Keep going, gently swaying like a reed in a river or your lake, flowing with the tides of change. Inhale, coming back to center, and exhale, hands to the heart. And we're going to come through Salute to the Sun sequence, Surya Namaskar, 3 times. So when you're ready, inhale, raise the arms wide to the sky, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees if you need, palms to the floor. Inhale to a flat back, hands to shins, raise the head, gaze forward. Exhale, gently fold in again, chin to chest. Inhale, step back with your right leg, then left leg into plank pose, engage the abdomen. Exhale, slowly lower your knees, chest, chin to the earth. Inhale, push up into cobra, elbows align with waistline. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Push the pelvis back in space. Inhale here for 2 breaths. And pedal the feet to stretch the calf muscles. Exhale when you're ready. Step the right foot between the hands, left foot forward, back into forward fold. Inhaling, gently bring the arms up and around and hands together. Exhale, hands to the heart. And again for stability, inhale, rising into Urdhva Hastasana. Reach the spine long. Exhale, fold forward, palms to the floor into Uttanasana, looking to lengthen the hamstrings. Inhale to a flat back, Ardha Uttanasana, raise the gaze. Exhale, fold in Uttanasana, navel to thighs and lift the quads. Inhale, step back into Kumbhakasana, strong and straight like a plank. Pelvis and rib cage to the navel, center of wrists align with outer edge, outer shoulder. Hasta Bandha hands, heels align with the second toe. A common misalignment here is a collapsed back, so we want a neutral spine. Align the chin towards the chest and gaze towards your mat. Exhale, slowly lower your knees, chest, chin to the earth. Elbows align with waistline, strong in the arms. Inhale, push up to stand on your hands in Urdhva Svanasana. Raise the gaze. Glide back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Lengthen the spine, heels out and spread the fingers wide. Inhale here for a breath. Inner thigh muscles turn in, back and wide to clear the sacrum and push the pelvis back in space. Ensure the ears align with the upper arms and melt the heart. Exhale, when you're ready, step or jump back to the front of your mat in Uttanasana. If you're jumping, bring your feet together, raise the hips, look through between your hands, and exhale to fly forward. Inhale to a flat back, Ardha Uttanasana, raise the gaze. Exhale, fold in again, Uttanasana. Navel to thighs and lift the quads. Inhaling, gently bring the arms up and hands together back into Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, hands to the heart, into Tadasana, strong mountain pose. Last time. And this time, rise onto balls of feet. Inhale, feel the spine extend upwards through the crown. Exhaling, fold forward, palms to the floor, widen the buttock bones. Inhale to a flat back, raise the gaze, lift the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold in again, Uttanasana. Draw the pelvic floor in and tone the navel. Inhale, step or jump back into Kumbhakasana, strong and straight like a plank. Exhale, this time rock forward slightly, bend the arms, flick the toes under and dip down into Chaturanga Dandasana, four-limb staff pose. Or if you find it easier, lower your knees slowly, chest and chin to the earth. Inhale, push up it to stand on your Hastabandha hands in Urdhva Svanasana. Relax the glutes, press the feet down and outwards. Exhale, glide back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the hips high, deepen the hip crease and melt the heart. Inhale here for 2 breaths. Inner thigh muscles turn in, back and wide to clear the sacrum and push the pelvis back in space. Ensure the ears align with the upper arms, center of wrists align with the outer shoulders. Exhale when you're ready, feet together, step or jump back into Uttanasana. Keep the spine long and deepen the hip crease. Inhale to a flat back, Ardha Uttanasana, raise the gaze. Exhale, fold in again, Uttanasana, navel to thighs. Inhale, swing the arms up to the sky and expand, gaze forward. Exhale, hands to the heart into Tadasana, strong mountain pose. And close your eyes here for a moment and bring your mind to your breath. And just feel the energy of your practice so far. When you're ready, inhale, step the right foot back, toes out towards the long side of your mat, front thigh bone parallel to the earth. Exhale, bend the front knee over the ankle, knee directly above the ankle, hands to the hips. Inhale, front heel to middle of back foot arch, knee tracks ankle to the second toe. Inner thighs move in, back and wide and tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, lift the arms to expand open from the heart into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana Dvi. Square the hips to the front and float the chest and spine upward. Exhale, lift the back foot arch. Inhale, reach dynamically, extend through the fingers, broaden the collarbones and soften the shoulders down. Gaze to the middle finger, Parshva Dristi. Inhale, back into Sun Warrior. Raise the front arm and back arm to the calf. Reach up and back. Exhaling, front forearm to thigh, or if you want to take it further, front hand to the floor to instep side of front foot. Left arm sweeps you open to the sky into Parsvakonasana. Inhaling, Sun Warrior, and keep flowing dynamically between the earth and the sky. Gently coming back to center. Inhaling, turn your left toes in, right toes in, but facing the corners of the long side of your mat. Bring your pelvis to neutral and bend your knees wide. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh and raise your left arm overhead. Inhaling to a side stretch. And the other side. Moving like water from left to right. Turn your heels out, toes in, and slowly straighten your legs. The spine is long, and both hands come up into Anjali Mudra, palms together. And the sweetest way is slow, bending down to the earth, palms to touch the floor if you can, or grasping your big toes into Padottanasana. Breathe into the back of the body. And slowly rising back up, keeping the spine long. And turning to the back of the mat now, so exhale, hands to the floor, and push back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhaling, raise the right leg into one-legged downward dog, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, right foot through between your hands. Inhale, turn the back foot down, front heel to middle of back foot arch. And inhale, left arm sweeps you open and up to prepare for Trikonasana. Arms are wide, front leg and back leg are straight. Exhaling, left hand comes behind you. Draw the hip crease deeply in and lengthen forward with the right arm. Inhaling, other hand to hip. Right arm to outer edge of right foot or shin, or you can come up onto a block if you need. Exhale, press the pelvis back in the space. Look into the heart. Breathe. And slowly move the right sitting bone into that space. Inner thigh in, back and wide. Spread the toes and root through the ground. Inhaling, ribs to back of body, tone the belly. Left arm to the sky, reach high and wide. And exhale, look at your left thumb, Pajva Dristi. Breathe in the flow of life, triangle pose. Inhale, reach over top of side body, open into extended triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana, and gaze to the thumb. Exhale, left hand to hip, bend the right knee and step the back leg in slightly. Bring the right hand onto a block if you need, or to touch the earth about a foot in front of you. Align the right hand and right foot, left hand to hip. Inhale, raise the left leg, spine is long, Padabandha. Exhale, hug to the midline. Inhale, raise the left hand to sky, root to rise, expand and open the heart. Exhale, if you can raise the gaze, Pajva Dristi, into half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale for one more breath and feel the freedom and openness of this pose. If it's in your practice, you can take the bind here. Exhale, turn the pelvis towards the earth and step and arc back into Sun Warrior. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, turn to the front of your mat and cartwheel the hands to the floor, pushing back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And we're going to do it on the other side. So when you're ready, inhaling, step the right foot forward through between your hands, toes out at an angle, front thigh bone parallel to the earth. Exhale, bend the front knee over the ankle, knee directly above the ankle, hands to the hips. Inhale, front heel to middle of back foot arch, knees track ankle to the second toe. Inner thighs move in, back and wide and tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, lift the arms to expand open from the heart into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana Dvi on the other side. Square the hips to the front and float the chest and spine upward. Exhale, lift the back foot arch. Inhale, reach dynamically, extend through the fingers, broaden the collarbones and soften the shoulders down. Gaze to the middle finger, Pajva Dristi. Inhale, back into Sun Warrior. Raise the front arm up and back arm to the back thigh. Reaching up and back. Exhale, front forearm to thigh, or if you want to take it further, front hand to the floor to instep side of front foot. Other arm sweeps you open to the sky into Apari-graha. Inhaling Sun Warrior, and keep going, flowing dynamically between the earth and the sky. Gently coming to center. Inhale, turn your left toes in, right toes in, but facing the corners of the long side of your mat. Bring your pelvis to neutral and bend your knees wide. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh and raise your left arm overhead, side stretch. Inhaling and exhaling to the other side, moving like water from left to right. Turning your heels out, toes in, straighten your legs. Inhale, spine is long and both hands come up into Anjali Mudra, palms together. And exhale, bending down to the earth. The sweetest way is slow. Palms to touch the floor if you can, or grasping your big toes into Padottanasana. And slowly, when you're ready, rising back up. Turning to the back of your mat, exhaling hands to floor, push back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg into one-legged downward dog, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, left foot through between your hands. Inhale, turn the back foot down, front heel to middle of back foot arch. Inhale, right arm sweeps you up and open. Prepare for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Arms wide, front leg and back leg are straight. Exhale, right hand comes behind you. Draw the hip crease deeply in and lengthen forward with the left arm. Inhale, other hand to hip. Left arm to outer edge of left foot or shin or come up onto a block. Exhale, press the pelvis back in space. Look into the heart. Breathe and move the left sitting bone into that space. Inner thigh in back and wide. Spread the toes and root through the ground. Inhaling, ribs to back of body, tone the belly. Left arm to sky. Reach high and wide. Exhale, look to your right thumb, Svadhisthana. And breathe in the flow of life. Inhale, reach over top of side body, open into extended triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. Gaze to the thumb. Exhale, right hand to hip, bend left knee, step the back leg in slightly. Bring the left hand onto a block if you need, or to touch the earth about a foot in front of you. Align the left hand and left foot, right hand to left hip. Or right hand to hip, sorry. Inhale, raise the right leg, spine is long, Padabandha. Exhale, hug to the midline. Inhale, raise the right hand to sky. Root to rise, expand and open the heart. Exhale, if you can raise the gaze, Svadhisthana into half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale for one more breath and feel the freedom and openness of this pose. And if it's in your practice, you can take the bind here. So right fingertips grasp right toes. And release into full half moon pose. Exhale, turn the pelvis towards the earth and stepping up back into Sun Warrior. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, Turn to the front of your mat and cartwheel the hands to the floor, pushing back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And take a breath here for a moment, feeling the effects of your practice so far. Breathe into the lungs and into the back of the body. Inhaling to outer edge of left foot into side plank, Vaishisthana. And modifications here, you can come onto your forearm in this pose, or if it's in your practice, you can take a bind of your choice. So either grasping the big toe, or you can come up into side tree pose, sort of half plank, by bringing your right foot in to the groin. And draw the energy from the earth to the lower side body. Exhale, come through plank pose and inhale to the other side. Strengthening through the arm bones, expanding wise and raising the gaze. Exhale from here, place left foot back behind your right and come up onto your tiptoes, raising the left arm to the sky and rising into Kamatkarasana, wild thing. Inhale here for a moment and then exhale, hands to the floor. Exhaling into downward facing dog, a steady flow of your breath. Inhale, glide through and open into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, raise the right leg into one-legged downward dog, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left heel straight to the back of the mat and press your big toe away from your little toe, Padabandha. Exhale, foot through between your hands, turning back foot down, heels in line. Inhaling, rise up into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana Eka. Hug to the center and take Anjali Mudra overhead. Exhale, bind your hands behind your back. Bring center of torso over center of thigh into Humble Warrior. Baddha Virabhadrasana. Inhale energy from your back heel through the spine, which is aligned long. And exhale, release the hands to the earth and come down onto all fours. Exhale, extend the left foot out to the side, outer edge of foot grips the earth. Extend the right leg out to the side, long, left hand supports you. Inhale, extend the top arm on the same side, up to the sky, fingers spread wide. The supporting leg is bent and the foot and knees angled out for balance into Apari-graha, gate pose. Tuck the pelvis under to protect the spine and gaze up. When you're ready, stretch to the right and then over to the left. And you can do that one more time. To the right and then to the left. And this pose is wonderful for improving your sense of balance, as well as a deep side stretch. Exhale, hands to the floor into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhaling, step the right foot through, left foot through, and come back to the front of your mat. Rise up into Tadasana, hands to the heart. From a standing position, exhale, root your right foot through the earth. Inhale, slowly bring your left heel up to root into the inner thigh, toes pointing towards the earth. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, gaze forwards, and try and focus on one spot to find your balance in Rikshasana, tree pose. Inhale, lift the arms above the head, palms together in Anjali Mudra. Exhale, breathe here, strengthening the legs, ankles and feet and improving your balance. Inhale, bring left forearm to left thigh and gently stretch overhead with your right arm, and then very slowly in the other direction, swaying like a reed in the river again, flowing with the tides of change. And gently bringing your foot down when you're ready. Fold forward, hands to the floor and step or jump back into plank. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, to the outer edge of the right foot into side plank, Svadhisthana. And modifications, you can come onto your forearm in this pose, or if it's in your practice, take a bind of your choice. Breathing in, draw energy from the earth to the lower side body. And exhaling, come through plank pose again and inhaling to the other side. Strengthen through the arm bones, expanding wide, and raise the gaze. Exhaling from here, place the right foot back behind your left and come up onto your tiptoes, raising the right arm to the sky and rising into Kamatkarasana, wild thing. Inhale here for a moment and then exhale, hands to the floor. And pushing back into downward facing dog, steady flow of your breath. Inhaling, glide through and open Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhaling, raise the left leg into one-legged downward dog. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press your big toe away from your little toe, Padabandha. Exhale, foot through between your hands. Turn your back foot down, heels in line. Inhaling, rise up into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana Eka. Hug to the center and take Anjali Mudra above your head. Exhale, bind your hands behind your back. Bring center of torso over center of thigh into Humble Warrior, Baddha Virabhadrasana. Inhale energy from your back heel through the spine, aligned long. Exhaling, releasing the hands to the earth and coming down to all fours. Exhaling, extend the right foot out to the side, outer edge of right foot grips the earth. Extend the left leg out to the side long. Inhale, extend the top arm on the same side up to the sky, fingers spread wide. And the supporting leg is bent and the foot and knee is angled out for balance into Apari-graha, gate pose. Tuck the pelvis under to protect the spine and gaze up. Stretch to the left and then to the right. Exhale, hands to the floor, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the right foot through, left foot through, and come back to the front of your mat. Rise up into Tadasana, hands to the heart. From a standing position, exhale, root your left foot through the earth. Inhale, slowly bring your right heel up to root into the inner thigh, toes pointing towards the earth. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, gaze forwards, and try to focus on one spot to find your balance in Vrikshasana, tree pose. Inhale, lift the arms above the head, palms together into Anjali Mudra. Exhale, breathe here, strengthening the legs, ankles and feet and improving the balance. Inhale, bring the right forearm to the right thigh and stretch overhead with your left arm. Inhaling and then slowly exhaling in the other direction. Swaying like a reed in the river, flowing with the tides of change. When you're ready, bring your foot down and step the right leg and then left leg back into plank pose. And this time coming down onto our fronts. Exhaling, bend both knees and bring the arms back. Hands grip the feet or ankles if you can, and knees hip width apart. Inhale, knees lift away from the buttocks and thighs away from the earth, working opposing forces as the heart center lifts, hips and back opens. Breathing into this pose. This is Dhanurasana, bow pose. And exhale, raise the gaze and here for 2 breaths. And exhaling, gently release the ankles. And we're going to come into this pose again. So exhaling, bending both knees and bring the arms back. Hands grip the feet or ankles if you can, knees hip width apart. Inhale, knees lift away from the buttocks and thighs away from the earth, working opposing forces as the heart center lifts, hips and thighs and back opens. And exhaling, raise the gaze and here for another breath. Dhanurasana, bow pose. This is a lovely counter pose. And exhaling, gently release the ankles. And inhaling, coming up into plank pose. Exhaling here, inhaling, bring the right knee between the hands, hips are parallel and squared to the earth. The front foot rests close to the groin. Exhale, back leg extends with the knee and back foot squared, pressing firmly to the earth. Inhaling, lift the rib cage, open the heart, fingers rest by the side body, gaze forward. If you want to take this further, you can bring your forearms to the earth in front or come all the way down into sleeping swan pose. So if you're coming with me, exhale, bend forward from the hips, hands on the ground outstretched in front of you, forehead to the earth. And stretch the arms to your edge and feel the hips opening and external rotation of the front hip, stretching the quadriceps and hip flexors of the back leg. This is a lovely king pigeon. And we're going to do it on the other side. So coming back into plank pose and bringing the other knee forward between the hands. Hips are parallel and squared to the earth. The front foot rests close to the groin. Exhaling, back leg extends with the knee and back foot squared, press firmly to the earth. Inhale, lift the rib cage, open the heart and fingers rest by the side body, gaze is forward. And if you want to come further, you can bring your forearms to the earth in front or come all the way down into sleeping swan pose. Exhaling, bend forward from the hips, hands to the ground, outstretched in front of you, forehead to the earth. Stretch the arms to your edge and feel the hips opening and external rotation of the front hip, stretching the quadriceps and hip flexors of the back leg. And breathe here. This is a great pose for digestion as well. We all like good digestion. So from here, come down onto your sitting bones, or come up first of all, sorry, and then come down onto your sitting bones. Inhaling, bring your legs out wide to the long side of your mat. Bend your right knee so your right foot rests close to the groin. Bring your left forearm onto left thigh or to the floor if you can. Exhale, stretching along the side body. Right hand comes overhead, reaching the spine long. And if it's in your practice, you can bring your right hand to left big toe and take the bind. Inhale, feel that lovely side stretch and gently coming up. And on the other side. So bend the left knee so the left foot rests close to the groin and bring your right forearm to right thigh or to the floor if you can. Stretching along the side body, exhaling, left hand comes overhead, reaching the spine long. And if it's in your practice, you can bring your left hand to right big toe and take the bind. Inhaling, feeling that lovely side stretch on the other side. And gently coming up. And we're going to swivel the feet round back onto your mat into a seated position. Sit bones root into the earth and legs extend forward. Inhaling, keeping the spine long, bring your hands above your head to touch in Anjali Mudra. And upper torso slowly folds forward, keeping a deep hip crease. Fingers wrap around the toes. And gaze at your toes or shins. Exhaling, breathe into the stretch, and this pose calms the brain and stimulates the kidneys, liver, and is also great for digestion. Inhaling, slowly rising up when you're ready. And coming to lie down on your mat, arms rest by your sides. Turning your palms to face upwards to the sky, opening your heart, coming into Svadhisthana for relaxation. Shoulder blades glide back, down and roll under comfortably, resting evenly on the earth. Gently closing your eyes and the gaze is inward. And whilst you rest your awareness on your breath, I want you to imagine a small ball of orange light at your navel. And as you breathe in, it starts to glow. And as you breathe out, it grows bigger and glows brighter. Slowly take a deep breath in and lengthening your exhale. Very gently, when you're ready, roll over to your right hand side, coming to sit in Sukhasana, cross-legged easy pose, or onto a block if you like, and gently closing your eyes. So we're going to practice pranayama for 2 minutes. Prana is life force and ayama means extension. So we're going to practice breath control in order to extend our life force energy, literally. In pranayama, the prana vayu is activated by the inward breath, and the apana vayu by the outward breath. Vayu meaning wind or air. So bring your hands to your knees and connect your index finger and thumbs into chin mudra, palms facing upwards. And breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathing out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And repeating this in your own time. Gently returning to a natural breath and bringing your hands in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra, palms together. And slowly opening your eyes. Inhale, rise, and namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great day.
Thank you.